Hello, my name is Chase Joyner, and for as long as I can remember, I've played sports and activities that have required some sort of padding. Although the padding is very effective at keeping you safe, they tend to be very large and uncomfortable while restricting movement. However, there's a class of matter called non-Newtonian fluids that are capable of providing fluid motion to the user while minimizing the harm. In order to understand non-Newtonian fluids, first we must understand Newtonian fluids. This is the substance commonly known as water. It can easily flow and take the shape of any container. At low stresses, water tends to have a very low viscosity. And even if you were to drastically increase the stress, the viscosity would remain constant. The shear stress of a Newtonian fluid will consistently increase with shear rate. This means that no matter the amount of stress placed upon a Newtonian fluid, its viscosity will always remain constant. Newtonian fluids behave this way because their molecules are isotropic. Isotropic molecules are symmetrical, meaning that when stress forces them to reorganize, they will interact with the surrounding molecules in a consistent manner. There are two major types of non-Newtonian fluids, shear thickening, also known as dilatant, and shear thinning. This is a shear thickening non-Newtonian fluid, known as oobleck. At low stresses, it has a viscosity similar to water, but as stress is increased, its viscosity also increases, giving it a gel-like consistency. Non-Newtonian fluids behave in such a manner because they have large and unsymmetrical anisotropic molecules. When stress forces the molecules to restructure, their unsymmetrical nature allows them to interact with the surrounding molecules differently, hence changing their viscosity. Rheopectic non-Newtonian fluids are dilatant fluids that need time in tandem with increase of stress to drastically increase their shear stress. Shear thickening fluids as a group will increase their viscosity with the increase of stress. Quicksand is a well-known example of a shear thinning fluid. At rest it appears to be a gel-like solid, but as soon as stress is applied, it becomes very thin. Bingham plastics and pseudoplastics are shear thinning non-Newtonian fluids. At low stresses, they have very high viscosities, but increase the stress and they flow. Thixotropic shear thinning non-Newtonian fluids need stress over time to drastically decrease their shear stress. All shear thinning non-Newtonian fluids will decrease their viscosity, just at different rates. In a collision, impulse is equal to mass times the change in velocity. A non-Newtonian fluid can increase the impulse delta itself and decrease the impulse delta to its user by decreasing the velocity of an incoming object to zero. In conclusion, dilatant fluids would be the most successful because their increasing viscosity would be capable of decreasing an object's velocity to zero.